Bonjour, je suis Serena Marie. J'habite à Londres, mais je suis de San Francisco. J'ai étudié français avec Damon Dominique, and that's all I know, and that is much better than what I knew a week ago. Before I start the first lesson, I wanted to share a bit of the French that I already know. Bonjour. That's all I got. And mon ami, I think, is my friend. I don't know if that's even true, so I need this. So I've made a few videos in the past about how I was trying to learn Spanish, and I've been wanting to learn French for a while. A couple of years ago, I was talking to a friend of mine about taking classes in San Francisco, but that never happened. And I think getting to the point where I was ready to start learning French was hard because I felt like that would be me giving up on Spanish. But I have since realized, like, it's okay to take a break. It's okay to try and learn a new language. And so when Damon put out his video, I was like, all right, now's the time. I bought that thing the same day and I've been taking the course every day since. So Damon Dominique just announced the French course that he's been working on, and I'm about to buy it. It's 25% off for the next 2 days. And so I'm gonna do it. Ugh. With the 25% off, it came to $149.25, and that was for the beginner intermediate course. Clearly I should be learning English. So I wanted to learn French for the same reason that I want to learn Spanish or want to get better at Spanish, is to help when I'm traveling and to be able to connect to more people when I'm traveling. I would love to visit more Francophone countries in Africa, and so being able to speak the language as best as possible would be very helpful. So I decided to document this past week using Damon's course. I think it's really useful to everyone when people make videos like these. Like, anytime I want to buy something that I found online, I always check for reviews, especially on YouTube, because I feel like they're more honest than just reading a review online. And so I hope that you find this video useful, and let's see how this week went. Since it is day 4, I have learned 30 words. The Quizlet app told me I learned. And something I appreciate about Quizlet app, it's one of those methods of learning that people talk about all the time, where it presents you with something and then it puts it away, and when it thinks you need a refresher, when it's at a point where you've probably forgotten, need to be reminded, it will bring it back into the situation. And I find that really helpful. I have learned technically 30 words. I'm trying to think of the 30 words to share, but it's not really that easy. I'm gonna look at the list that I've written and cover the French translation so I can try to see if I know. And as I've done this, I'm sitting here like this. Okay, I wrote
Nasty, which is méchant. Park is park. Book, livre. Small, petit. Big, grand. Family, famille. Famille, I think. Sad, triste.
Have, avoir, how, comment, and feel is sentir. Sentir. And those are the words that I've learned so far. I'm actually really proud of myself, if we're being honest. If you would like to be my language partner and teach me how to pronounce things, leave a comment. So it's the 9th. So it's been 5 days since Damon put out his program, and I have done 7 of the segments. I don't know how. I thought I was only doing 1 a day. Today I did 1, maybe I did 2 the first. Anyway, I don't know. But apparently I'm 34% done. And I'm kind of surprised. I thought it would take a whole month to get through it, but I feel like it won't take that long. I'm feeling pretty good though. One thing, something I've always admired about Damon and Joe is their ability to learn languages and speak so many different languages. And I have always wanted to be able to do that, and I've been trying to learn Spanish on and off 4 years, like since high school, and it just never got any easier, it feels like. And I was feeling really defeated, and right now starting something new and seeing what I know already, like, I'm not trying to say I can go out and speak and have conversation, but I'll be like thinking through things in my head, and like when I'm doing Quizlet flashcards, just seeing how much I have learned from that, like, it's really encouraging. So yeah, I think what is acting as a big motivator is that I am able to do this like with Damon, and so I'm liking it so far. Good morning, it's day 6. I have my French notebook and my laptop here, and I'm gonna do my list of 10 words for the day. All right, the 10 words for today have moved from the unknown to familiar to the known well section in my learning flashcards in Quizlet. So I'm gonna take a break from that and do Damon's next lesson, which is gender, she's here to stay. So that's the lesson for today. I'm gonna read the study notes, do that, and then go through the videos. And my one thing that I noticed, I was watching an old video that Damon did with someone, I don't know, some video, it was in French, on a French channel, and he said the word, what is it? It is that in French. Well, I'll have written here so you can see how it's said, and then I wrote down the pronunciation. I can't even remember right now. Est-ce que? Something like that, like escu, like the way it sounds is nothing like I would think it's pronounced. And so he said it in talking in this conversation, and I was like, oh, I know what he's saying, but I only know because in the video he was like, this is what it sounds like. And so to think of all the words that, like, I feel like using Damon's program, to be perfectly honest, is teaching me how to read and write in French, especially with Quizlet, because you have to get the spelling correct. So it's like you're getting the grammar, how to read and write, but that pronunciation element and not having someone to talk to practice conversation is really the only thing that's missing. I think this is great, but anyway, I'll discuss that more at the end of this video. So I have some pros and cons that I would like to share in regards to my experience using Damon's course for just 1 week. The first pro is that it's entertaining. If you like Damon's videos on YouTube, then you'll like how he is in this course. I find Damon's personality to be very useful in me learning French. Like, I want to be there because I know what to expect. I think that's one thing about taking classes online. For example, with Lingoda, you sign up for a class, you can't always get the same teacher, and so sometimes it's like, am I going to like this person? But with Damon's course, I like Damon's videos, so I knew that I would like his style in the course. Another pro about this course is not only are you able to learn the language, but you get the slang thrown in there, the terms that people actually use in everyday conversation, as well as like tidbits about French culture, which I think is really interesting. Another pro for this course is that you get a lot of practice with reading and writing. With the study notes at the beginning of the chapter and the homework at the end of the chapter, you really get a chance to practice that reading and writing. Other programs that I've done don't really give homework, or it's not an enjoyable kind of homework, and so it's not something that I want to actively be doing, but Damon has made it very entertaining to be practicing these skills. For example, there's one of the homework assignments was to like create your Tinder profile in French, which was, I thought, a really cool idea. But that segues me into the cons a bit. So one con for this program is that once you've done your homework, there's no real way to check and see if your grammar is correct because the style of the homework is open-ended, as Damon describes. So for example, with writing a Tinder profile, it's fun. It was an enjoyable homework assignment, but once I was done, because it was so open-ended when it came to checking the homework, which he has videos for, I didn't know if my grammar was actually correct. Another con for this program is that you aren't actively practicing conversation. You can hear Damon speak and repeat it, but there isn't the flow of taking a class with a real person or online in a group. You would have to go the extra mile to finding a way to practice conversation outside of the course. And my last con for the course is that there isn't really any guidance on how to use it. So it is very straightforward. You log on, you read the study notes, you watch the videos, you do the homework, and there's a quiz at the end of the chapter. But there's no guidance on how often you should be doing the course. Like, was I supposed to do it every day? Was I supposed to spread it out a bit? And there is, in one video, Damon mentions like he doesn't know how often people are watching his videos. You could binge them all in a day if you wanted to, but in order to actually learn, I think it would be helpful to know like what would be the most helpful way to incorporate the course into your French studying. So one great thing is Damon provides a lot of resources for how to practice French and learn outside of the course. So there's other grammar books that you can use, there's YouTube videos, Instagrams that he recommends. And I would like to say that his French Spotify playlist is fire. Like, there are a few songs. I've created my own French playlist based off of the songs that he put in his, because there's a few that I'm not a fan of, but the ones that I really like, and I'm really happy about that. Over the past week, I also incorporated some tools that I was using to learn Spanish previously, and I'll probably do another video about that. But I really liked Not Even French here on YouTube has a video about how best to learn a language, and it kind of just maps out what you should be doing throughout the week. So that's what I have been incorporating, and like I said, yeah, I'll probably make a separate video about that. As of today, I finished 43% of the beginner intermediate course, and that was about 8 segments, I believe, or 8 chapters, and there are 11 left. So I plan to continue making videos about my progress through this program and my French learning in general. So if you're interested in that, make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Ciao, ciao.